Hey traders, Raghee here. Welcome to Charts and Coffee for Friday, September 10. Great to see everybody. Hope it's been a good week. Hope it's been a good start to September on this shortened week. I know some of you, like myself, are a little sleep deprived because the darn opening game, Bucks against Cowboys, went to 11:30 last night. What a great game. Last 2 minutes. Regardless, the Bucks looked good. Dak looked good. It was a great game. So um, sleep deprivation Thursday night game. It's been a good week. I hope everyone's doing well. Great to see everybody. I am stoked. I've got the second cup of coffee already going. I'm not messing around because you guys know what today is. Today is day one of our live trading for the workspace bundle. I've actually got the notes up. We're going to be taking lots of notes. We're going to be setting up end of day trades today, which means whether or not the trades actually set up in the 2 hours that we're together or set up sometime next week, we're going to have alerts and setups ready to go to probably take us through about the next week. I'm trying to think what the shelf life may be for the current environment, but it should be about the next week. And then on Monday, we're going to be doing some day trading. So today is end of day, kind of swing, overnight, options. And then Monday, we're going to do some day trading. So anyways, super excited, doubling up on the coffee. Great to see you all. And by the way, if you haven't already checked it out, I'm sure you all already know, but it is over at simplertrading.com /Raghee workspace bundle. All right. So I see the questions coming up. Cool. Let's get to it. And let's get that out of the way. Okay, cool. So let's do this. The first question we have. All right, Dan, good morning. I wrote a script in TOS, creating labels for the top 10 sectors in XLV, color-coded, displays gains and loss. Oh, very cool. So Dan, and this is such a great example. Dan, yeah, feel free to put it in the sector secrets room. Absolutely. Or you know what you want, if you don't mind, send it to Lorna, because what we like to do is, first of all, we'll rename it because we'll call it the DC. We always like to, that's where all the initials in front of all the indicators that I have come from, especially when it's one that's created by the community. So send it to Lorna at simplertrading.com, and then we'll get it up in the room drive. We'll rename it the DC, and we'll go from there. Thank you. That's awesome. That's awesome. We have a really cool spreadsheet. We have I think the last thing we put up in there was a spreadsheet from Whiskey, which allows you to plug in your account amount, automatically spit out your budget, how you should scale it, and all sorts of cool stuff. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very cool. All right. So next up, please comment. Hey there, Jose, on CLOV. Sure. CLOV. And let's see. I know that CLOVs, it had its moment earlier this year. Is it getting ready to launch again? That's always a conversation. I don't know, my friend. Here's the thing. It's a sub $20 stock. It's okay as a trader, and it's really important for someone on this side of the mic and camera to say, I just don't have an opinion on it. I don't have any kind of insight on what I would do with something like this, other than, I don't want to short it. And being above the 200, let's take a look at some cues. We broke the 200 here, but nothing happened. Broke the 200 here, and it launched. So, I would say it's 50-50 on getting above the 200, but psychologically speaking, being above the 200 and the VWAP, right? We're going to talk about anchoring VWAPs during the live trading, how I anchor them, why volume-based tools, whether that be the VWAP, my V-score, whether that be the volume labels, why they're important. So you would probably want to play sort of the sub-market, which most people aren't looking at, and say, you know what, I want to get above that 200 because that's that equator between the bullish and the bearish hemisphere, and say, you know what, how can I take advantage of an additional line in the sand? That's probably going to be your VWAP. And I think you probably also want to see the V-score get above the mean. So thanks for the question. All right. CL, Prabish, now, do you mean CL as in crude or CL as in Colgate? So I'm guessing crude. So let's jump on over to crude oil. And is there a blue light special here? I think there's a potential momentum trade here. What I would do with CL, because I am bullish, right at the point of control, another volume-based tool. So what I would say with crude oil, and this can be played, by the way, choose your own adventure, right? We could think about the different ways to play this. Now, I would say lower end of the range, because we're in that sideways range there, and I would front run the momentum, but not today. Not today. That was really yesterday, the 9th. That would have been the 7th. That could have been the 1st, right? We need to see price travel lower into the lower half of the range and then front run the momentum like we're seeing today. Okay. Thanks for the question. Let's see here. Next up is good morning. Good morning. Good to see everybody. All right, let's get through the good mornings. I'm looking forward to live trading today. Hey, Rolex, I'm so looking forward to it too. Yes, you can check out. And again, if you don't have the indicators, it's the indicators and the live trading. I know I've been going on and on about the live trading sessions, but you get the indicators too. I've been kind of saying that as a footnote, but yeah, it is an indicator bundle special with the live trading. AJ, I like the pullback in XLV. You and I both, my friend. This is a setup right now. When I look at the top 10 holdings, it looks like many of them turned to red grab. Should I be cautious? Well, let's jump on over to the XLV multi-chart. So what we want to do is take a look at the heavily weighted stocks within the XLV ETF. ETFs have never been and continue to increase their importance in terms of why markets are moving the way they are. They're more influential than ever, this passive investing world that we live in now. So, when you mention the red, Johnson & Johnson, yes, but I'm only seeing, let's see, AbbVie, Lilly, it's mixed. It's mixed. Many of them, I agree, it's mixed. What I would say is this is where the concentration, this is where the weighting would come in. So AJ, how far down the road do you get until the weighting impact and say the top 5 to 6 really starts to drop? So I know that Johnson & Johnson sell-off is part of the reason in a big way for the move lower. But overall, I would still remain bullish, but I'd be cautious. And if the way that we built the trade in the Sector Secrets Mastery, the same way we'll be building trades during the live trading today and Monday, is that I'm thinking about the point of validity for the trade and the risk. So let me just give you the punchline. We're risking $1. The way we set this trade up, we're risking $1 or less, quite frankly. $1 is on the upper end. We're risking really $1 to probably about 80 cents to see if XLV can pull back, move higher. And so that's the way I like to, if I'm going to take a trade and I'm concerned that some of the heavily weighted stocks are probably going to be a drag on the broader picture, then we just ask ourselves, well, how do we take the trade, but make sure if we're wrong, right? So always the question is, how are we going to make sure that if we're wrong, it doesn't hurt us? This is why we never risk max debit. There's just actually no reason to ever do that. So, my maximum is going to be somewhere between 50 and 60% if I know the option that I'm taking is going into earnings or a non-farm or a central bank event. Other than that, we're somewhere around 25, at most 50, depending on the cost of the option in terms of risk. So, we've baked in to our trading plan, hey, let's risk $1. If we know we're wrong, we're going to know quickly. If not, we've given it sufficient wiggle to scale into the trade and take advantage of the continuation, which is still the higher probability setup. So thank you so much for the question. Great observation. All right, moving on to the next question here. As far as volume profile in TradingView, Philippe, it's just a matter of using the built-in free tool. So volume profile, by the way, is this histogram, if you will, this jutting out from the right of my chart. I just used some of the default ones within TradingView, and we'll dive into a little bit more of that during the indicators. But yeah, Philippe, I just use what's built into TradingView, my friend. That's it. I use there's two you can use. Then they're both free. One is the volume profile from KV4, the number 4 coins, and then you would set your look back. If I'm using that one, I'll use 3 different ones. I'll anchor them to 3 different look backs so I can get a nice overlap of volume intensity, if you will, where the really prominent ledges are parked. If not, I'll use a visible range, variable range, whatever you want to call that, volume profile, which is also built into TradingView. So there you go. Is the point of indicator point of control free indicator? So I like volume profile, and I've streamlined it down to the indicator bundle where we have value area high, value area low, and volume profile. So in the submarket sonar class, which we taught years ago, and those tools are included in the bundle, I wanted to take away some of the noise of multiple ledges and really focus in on the 3 most impactful levels on a chart: value area high, value area low, point of control. But I wanted it to be anchorable. That's what the difference is. It's not that I've, done anything earth-shattering to volume profile or VWAP. I mean, V-score is something I created for myself about 12, 13 years ago now. But the real importance to any volume tool you use, this is important, gang, anchorable. It not rolling. Rolling VWAPs have existed since Ford Motor Company created this thing back in 83. So what makes what we're doing so different is the anchoring. So the point of control, is it free? I mean, you could find the point of control in a lot of platforms, yes, but you really want to see that whole range. Okay. All right. Next up is ANF. All right, ANF. I'll just kind of leave it at 200. Look at that 200. A minor low inside day around that 200. Maybe use some volume ledges. We're going red. So here's a really good distinction. Notice the dots that are cutting across the screen. That's the simpler propulsion set to the 200. Notice the bottom of the screen. That's the JT multi. The multi is going double red. What happens when a JT multi and a 200 go head to head? Who is going to win in that game of rock, paper, scissors? The 200. The 200 is going to win. I want to be aware that my 8, 13, 21, 34 structure is indicating weakness. I want to be aware that the red grab candles are saying, hey, there's bearishness here. But I also want to be aware that the far larger, more impactful psychological level, the 200 simple and 200 exponential moving averages transcend technical analysis. They're so broadly watched and part of scans for buys to be north of that level is a really big deal. Now, notice we're right there at the cusp because it's red. And if we get below the 200, look out below. But as long as we can hold that 200, I think there's a buy probably brewing there. Just don't give it a lot of leash. Keep it on a tight leash. Okay. Next up, Mike asks, are my day trades done in the Simpler Futures room or the Sector Secrets? Both. Mike, on the days that I'm in the Simpler Futures room, which is Tuesday from 9:20 to 11:30, and Thursday from 10:30 to 11:30. On those 2 days, I day trade with the group in the futures room. The other days, I do my brand of day trading, which is not an active style. If you've taken the playbook, the Day Trader's Playbook, or you took my day trading class from 2020, I do that style of day trading, first 2 hours of the day, B scores, HPMRs, all that stuff in the Sector Secrets room. So yes, in Sector Secrets, we do overnight trend follows, which is the bread and butter. Look, when I look back on something like my Wingman, and here are my trades. I won't call it a small account, but it is a sub $20,000 account, or started off as one. So these are the kinds of trades that we're looking at in the mastery that are overnight. But then we've got the intraday stuff that we look at for futures or using the zero dated options. We have a lot of different a lot of choices, I should say, as far as what you want to do with the day trades, if it's stocks, if it's ETFs, options or the futures. But yeah, I'll do that in the sector secrets. You got it. All right. So next is, what do I do with a 52-week low in stocks like ATVI? Well, structure first. Let's go take a look. So here's ATVI. Double red. Wow, it's been double red for a while. So we need a 1, 2, 3 pattern and or a wave reversal. We need the red over red. You see that red over red? That's the structure of the 34, 21, 13, 8, indicating bearish, bearish organization. And that's not what you want to see when you're looking for a buy. What you need to see is that we're forming a bottoming pattern, which is what the 1, 2, 3 Dow reversal is. If you're not familiar with that, that has been explained in, I think, 3 or 4 different posts over at the Countdown Trader. So Trish had you covered there. Our Countdown Trader has extensive explainers on the 1, 2, 3. And I want to see as the 1, 2, 3 is forming, that the multi-trend, the 2 rows, the color-coded rows at the bottom, are going red over yellow or yellow over yellow or green over yellow. But it's really important that that lower row, the trend identifying row, goes yellow, kind of like what we saw between March and late July. Okay. Hope that helps. All right. Next up is, can we take a look at SE? Yeah, of course. Let's do this. All right, let's take a look at SE. Bear with me here. Okay, so if we're looking at SE, gorgeous uptrend, see limited, gorgeous uptrend. Really nice. It's gotten better and better since August 17. That's the kind of precision we can have as far as what day did the trend organize better than maybe the way it was moving prior. So yeah, really nice uptrend there. And then pullback. I mean, we've kind of jumped away from the wave, but in yesterday's move through 320, that's your pullback. So it's very much like, if you want to kind of look back at previous dates, we had that kind of move. Take a look at August 16, August 17, and then September 9. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Look at the volume ledge there as well. Beautiful setup. Nice, good eye, Nick. Really good eye. I like that setup a lot. Which volume profile on TOS? Tim, I don't use a volume profile on TOS. Yeah, no, there's not one that I like. There's not one that I like. Could we please add the JT Multi to the TradeStation bundle? It's not there now. Yeah, that should not be a problem. We do have it. We do have it. So I'll talk to the Lorna bot, or I'll do that after the, I don't know if I'll be able to do it during live trading, but yeah, we'll add it. That's not a problem. We do have the JT Multi and the trade flags for TradeStation. Yeah. So just so you know, they look like this. So trade flags in the upper left, and then your JT Multi on the bottom, which I'll oftentimes overlap with the V profile. But I will say, just in general, I've been using TradingView and TOS more and more, and that will probably continue to be a trend with my indicator development and so forth. All right, so, and I think Trish is already on it. Perfect to add some of those TradeStation tools. That's kind of a minority. I like TradeStation. Don't get me wrong. I've got it running all the time, but we'll get it on there. But I'm not really using TradeStation anymore, gang. I'm really going forward. Whatever we have created for TradeStation, I will always use, and you'll see it on my chart. But going forward, I am doing less and less on TradeStation because I can plug my TradeStation into TradingView, and so it's really a TradingView TOS, going forward. So less with TradeStation, more emphasis on TradingView and TOS. And with that, it is time to head on over into live trading. for the workspace bundle. And moving forward, again, just a reminder, gang, if you're on TradeStation, just plug your TradeStation into TradingView. I've got way more available on TradingView than I do TradeStation, and so the few tools that I have, we'll see what we can do. But please don't. We won't be continue. There are. Let me put it this way: there are tools that are available on TOS and TradingView that are not available on TradeStation. So I would make that adjustment sooner rather than later. All right, gang, have a great one. I'm going to run over into live trading. Thank you as always for being a part of the Charts and Coffee crew. I will see you all on Monday, or in the live trading in just a minute, or in the during the close in the futures room. Be good to each other, gang. I'll see you soon.